often people come to our office who have multiple DUIs on their record. They've been in trouble because they have alcohol issues, and they've been in trouble 10, 12, sometimes even 13, 14, 15 times. The majority of people are not. The majority of people who come to us have never been in trouble for anything in their lives. However, oftentimes in order to go ahead and help these people, we need to get them to help themselves. And the best thing that oftentimes people can do is if they have a serious alcohol problem, which is exhibited through a number of DUIs or alcohol-related charges in their history, is to get counseling. A good example of this was I had a client who had been in trouble for 8 separate DUI infractions. And when I went in front of the judge looked at me and he basically said, "What are we doing with this case, Mr. Kohn?" And I said, "Your Honor, I've had my client on house arrest for the last 4 months." And he looked at me and says, "Why would you possibly put your client on house arrest? House arrest is where you go to work during the day, and when you come home, you can have a monitor that you breathe into to make sure that there's no alcohol in the system." I said, "The reason that I did it is because if I stood in front of you and said my client has not had a drink in the last 4 months since the date of his arrest, you would look at me and you'd say, BS. Well, Your Honor, I've got concrete proof that he has not had a drink of alcohol. And that was one of the things we utilized to make sure that my client, in that case, I don't believe had to go back and serve any jail time in that case because his DUIs were far removed. But the point was that we were able to keep him working and keep him going to his job and make sure that his lifestyle stayed intact. So oftentimes, when people come in and meet with us, we will make certain that they get alcohol and drug treatment because not only does it help them personally, but it can also help them with their case.